So today I've got some ramen in a bowl from Japan, and this is Acecook. Cook happiness, junk full ramen. Enjoy junk food life. I just love the tagline of this. You get this W, I don't know if that means with, but it's a garlic, salt, and pork bone. Yeah, this is just some stuff I've been curious about, and I've had it for a while. I've been waiting until I'm rather hungry and ready to fill myself with junk food life. So let's get to it. So you know what, I don't need this yet. And normally I dress up instant ramen, but this I've never had, so I'm just going to try it on its own today. Well, really, for as large as this is, some pretty standard stuff inside. Got just a dry soup packet to mix in there. And then we have this little guy right here, which is full of all sorts of things, like the garlic chips and I see some sesame for sure. It said to put, I think, 640 milliliters. So it's like 2 3/4 cups, but whatever. I'm gonna do about 2 1/2, see how that goes. Now it's time for that water. And that's starting to boil. I'm gonna go ahead and get these things into the bowl. And yes, I do like to do even instant ramen from packets and stuff that have a bowl with them, and just boil it on a stove because I can control the consistency of the noodles to my liking more so than I can just stuck in a bowl. Yeah, it smells pretty good. It smells like a like an everything bagel, actually. Very seed and garlic forward. Yeah, you got a nice boil going there. There's actually a good chunk of noodles there. Look at all that. So the instructions state, at least for cooking it inside of that styrofoam bowl, I said to let it go for 4 minutes. That's usually a little longer than I want, although these are some thick noodles and there's a bunch of them, so I don't know. I'm just gonna see what happens over the next 2 or 3 minutes. Usually 3, 3.5 is good for these thicker ones. These feel quite sturdy. So very starchy kind of smell as well. Yeah, after just a little over 3 minutes, I'm calling that. It's getting pretty squishy and kind of slimy. Oh, fogging up the lens. Move that back a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's quite the combination. It smells, once again, very much like seeds. Sesame in particular, but with a very heavy garlic overtone. Just a little bit of that pork broth coming through, but it really is mostly garlic. Looks like there's a little bit of some cabbage in here. Some little beans too. Some kind of red pepper. Well, anyway, let's try this out. I'm gonna go for some of that broth first. Let me get kind of a mixture of the things. I just taste garlic. A little bit of that red pepper. Yeah, that's just garlic, man. I like the little fried bean bits. Honestly, though, this could use some other stuff. I gotta say, though, as far as like a pork bone or a tonkatsu, I'm just not getting it. It has a nice tonkatsu type thickness, like consistency, though, or at least how I like it for these sort of instant tonkatsu types. I ended up taking out about 1/4 cup of the water. So, all right, time to give those noodles a shot. Yeah, they're decent noodles. It was like I thought, though. I mean, you know, they're very starchy, kind of chewy, even after being cooked for 3.5 minutes. Yeah, I gotta say, the more that I have, the more I actually enjoy that. It maybe is just a bit too much on the salt, so maybe use like 3/4 of the soup packet. Like, it's so salty. My lips are pickling. I've had better pork bones, but at the same time, it's not a bad late lunch for me in this case. A bit too heavy for just like a, you know, middle of the day kind of thing, but it's at the end of the day at this point. I wanted something more substantial. So, yeah, well, I hope you're hungry now, because I am.